Alright, so a few days ago, or rather a week or two ago, I made a video showing off this comic I made, and basically it's deleted now because I did not download the pictures that I sent to myself, and I thought I should do that so that I can open it up and we can get a better look at what's going on here. Like I can actually zoom in on the picture, so I'm basically restarting this. Um, I guess I should have done this ahead of time, so sorry. But basically, I made this comic called Intolerance, and oh wow, back all the way back in 2019, or a little before. That says I just realized that. Warning contains blood, violence, and borderline swearing. Oh man. Yeah, so Kaz is like this um idea for this world I have in mind, and as someone who doesn't really, draw or, I do draw, but it's like I'm not really a successful artist, if that makes sense, or a passionate artist, unfortunately. So, basically, the purpose of this whole comic is to see how well I would do with storytelling and just drawing. So, let's just get into this. So, oh boy, what a start. So this is Larva. He is like a cat insect kind of hybrid of some kind. I might get more into it later, but these are kind of two characters you'll see. So yeah, here's Larva. And when I first started making this comic, I did not really put effort into the drawing much. So that's why it looks really trash right now. And yeah, so he's walking down the hallway. He meets his master, the Purple Shadows. Um, so yeah, Venolarva, my favorite catharopod. Come over here. I must inform you about something. And this is just like a pretty bad start, to be honest. This is the first thing Larva says. You're standing, and the Purple Shadow says, it's hard to stay still sometimes. I don't know. I just decided to draw him standing on a chair. I don't know why. As you know, bipeds have started appearing in this worldy world. There's many different species and such. So, originally, um, bipeds here was kids, and basically the Purple Shadows does not like them. He would go on later to kill some, and I replaced the word kids with bipeds to make it less severe sounding, because if I said he was killing kids, it would probably it would sound like really bad, especially out of context. So yeah, I don't know, just the kids or the bipeds are just kind of like stick figures, as disappointing as it sounds, but they're basically just humanoids. They're not like exact stick figures, but you'll see them later on. Um, Larva says, actually, they've been around for quite a while. What about them? And we get like a good close up of Larva here. His right eye is like, it's kind of twitchy, I guess. It's also like the the eye is smaller, like the pupil is smaller than the other one, and that's a specific detail that I like about him. And by the way, the designs for these characters have existed for like, especially Larva, have existed for like many years now, and sometimes even though I don't like drawing that much, it's still pretty fun to draw them. The Purple Shadow says, they're a threat, I tell you. They must be monitored. They are more sapient than other creatures. One might bother to travel all the way here. Larva's like, I didn't know you felt like this. And the way this face is drawn is silly. Oh, but I do. As a matter of fact, a village was built a little too close to our network of glory. He's talking about the Scare Random Room network because that's where they live. Um, yeah, I know. I'm obsessive with that. There are four houses, all of normal standards. They must have been built quickly too, as they weren't there 2 days ago. The kids are more advanced. Whoever built those houses seen this place. So yeah, basically he's or it is worried about creatures from the outside going to enter the network, especially those who are like more sapient than the average creature, because in this world there are like sapient creatures other than the bipeds or the kids, but um the thing is the purple shat it's kind of hard to explain, but as we go on we'll probably I'll explain more. But what would they think of this place? Do they want to intrude? What if they're curious? And this is exactly what the problem is with the purple shadows here. There is problem with the kids. That's exactly what I'm afraid of. I can easily just kill anyone or anything that tries to get in, but and yeah, sometimes like looking back, this is not properly drawn compared to this, but it's whatever, man. Um, yeah, sometimes I like my own drawings, which is okay. I mean, it's okay to be happy with what you've drawn. January 14th. Yeah, each page I've drawn, there would either be a gap of a couple days or a gap of like a few weeks or even months. And that's how like hard it is for me to be motivated. So yeah, some species of them, oh, okay, that used to say kids, but it's replaced with them, have their own king that rules over most slash all slash some of them. They are the most powerful of their kind. I am not sure how powerful they are due to the fact that I never saw them in action. Interesting. So this in particular is the autistic king, and the joke is like autistic kids are like their own species. Like there would be different types of kids, right? And um each adjective, I guess, would be their own species. So there would be like fat kids, mental kids, rage kids. Like it's weird. It's a dumb. It's a weird concept, and people might think it's dumb, but back then, or at least before I made this comic, actually, I just thought it was a funny concept. Um, I don't really know why I'm using it now, but it's whatever. Lover says, they couldn't possibly beat you, could they? And he's like, I think they can stand a chance against a branch, definitely. But this one, it's been alive for so long. I learned, I won, I have direct support from, well, myself. And, yeah, by branch he means like a vessel, because I don't want to get too spoilery, but the Purple Shadows basically has like multiple vessels that he uses. And Larva leaves the network saying, I'm going to check on the village. Gotta learn manners. Alright, so he's going to go check on the village. He's crawling out. And the Purple Shadows is like, yes, very nice. Check to see if any remain. I already destroyed the bipeds there. Any other creatures most likely fled away. And yeah, if I just kept it as kids and someone found these drawings I made and thought that, they would think I'm probably like unhinged or something, making a comic about kids being killed or whatever. It's dumb. It's it's kind of a dumb decision I made, but I don't know. I just wanted to play it safe. And Larva's like, okay, like he's uncomfortable with this. Also, by the way, this is supposed to be like Larva crawling on all fours, like he is up here, like he's crawling out in a way. but the problem is I don't think I really drew it well. Um, so yeah, it might look really awkward, but it's whatever. At least I tried right. So here we are. Um, I like to keep things consistent, so I tried to like draw everything exactly the same. Here we are at January 22nd, 2020. It's definitely been, I think, a few days, right? Yeah, look at that. 20. It was 14th. Now it's like all the way to 22nd. Here's like a miniature far away larva. I see two of them dead, and yeah, if you look closely, there's like the dead bodies, and he's larva. It is going here, and there's a plant creature, which is basically like one of the main species that you'll find in this world that I call Kaz. Gosh, that freaking voice crack. Larva's like hello, and it knows it's been noticed. He's like just a plant creature. He's like, or it's like stay back, please. And Larva's like, no, wait, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just checking things. And the plant creature, it's like, I'm just here to confiscate some things. And yeah, this last speech bubble is awkwardly shoved in. Larva is like, okay, but can I ask some questions? And yeah, I know that it's like really hard to read. When I took the pictures of this comic, the lighting wasn't the best, and um, oh wow, look at that! You can see like his face through the next page. That is creepy and wicked. All right, so yeah, look, he's all sad. And for the as for like the plant creatures and stuff like that, I don't really think of a gender much when I first draw them. Um, I kind of had like like a female in mind because like it's hard to see, but you see like a flower appear, and it's just really stereotypical. But I don't really bother with you know the gender of things like this. Larva's like, what happened here? An attack. Some ghostly figure came and destroyed all the bipedals, but he didn't harm us lower creatures much. Oh, that probably sounds racist, but it's not meant to be. Um, he told us to leave to go far away from here. So yeah, I don't really like the contrast here between them. This uh, larva should be either larger or this creature should be smaller. And it uses its roots as like limbs, of course, like hands. So it opens the door. Um, Larva's like, what stuff are you getting? Uh, I didn't really know what to draw, and oh my gosh, look, Larva looks like really creepy here because I'm drawing stuff on a small scale, right? So I can't. It's really hard to add detail. So his eyes are like pitch black looking. Um, if you saw this picture in real life, they're just gray, but it looks a lot worse here. So yeah, I drew like some weird toy things. I don't really know what I was drawing much except for these boxes. Um, the plant creatures, like, let's see, toys, 3D blueprint materials, maps, pretty much sellable stuff. Like I said, I didn't really know what. I actually didn't really know what the plant creature was doing here. I just wanted some exposition, I guess, which sounds bad. Also, I drew a Wii here. It's a console I miss. I miss it very much. So the plant creature's like, hey cat, do you know what this could be? And he's like, I'm called Larva. This thing, I'm not sure what it is. It reminds me a lot of. And he has like a flashback, like you see his eyes are all bloodshot. Typical thing for Larva. And he sees this girl. this is a flashback. He sees this girl and he's like in this like monstrous kind of form, I guess. And there's blood dripping off his tail. He just like killed someone, which is pretty scary, isn't it? Or it's a scary thing for a larva to do. And yeah, this is from a I guess if this like I guess this would yeah, it's a flashback. This comic would take place ahead of when that happened. I might get in, yeah, there's gonna be a few things you don't understand. I'd probably either get into it later or something I want to keep hidden, I guess. And these arrows here are like kind of telling you which panel comes next, like after this one. Um, and like there's the arrow like awkwardly going from here to there. It's weird. And yeah, this looks weird, doesn't it? We're at February 7th, and Larva's like, "Oh, Freakle Fluff, this looks familiar." And he's like nervous, he's not okay. Um, I don't know why Larva wouldn't know what a tablet is. Like, he's supposed to be, you know, intelligent enough to know, or educated enough. And yeah, we see a tarantula approaching, a giant tarantula, and I actually forgot before, but this is actually supposed to be like a dirt and grass themed tarantula. So like underneath it's dirt and on top it's grass. And if you look closely, it's not like really drawn the best in terms of anatomy or like anatomical correctness. Um, yeah, so Larva, he hears the thumping or whatever sound a giant tarantula would make when it walks or crawls. He goes up to the door, he opens it, he sees the tarantula is there, and yeah, he let's look at this. Yeah, look at that. He is not taking that. He closes the door, and wait a minute, this is 21st. Oh, okay, I got confused there for a second. But basically, um, the way I drew Larva here was accidentally like really dumb looking, and oh gosh, it's like hard to see even when zoomed in. But his eyes are definitely uneven, and his mouth is like straight and awkward, I guess. And yeah, it's I just went with it. It's like, and the comic is will be self-aware about it. Hey, plant creature, you are is in danger. I need to get you out of here now. And the plant creature is like, what? Why? Why does your face look ugly like that? Like, yeah, it's self-aware, I guess. And Larva's like, I'll break you out through that wall. And you see crack. He like basically punches the wall down, I guess. So, yeah, crash. He destroys the wall, and wow, that looks pretty bad. That drawing of Larva. Let me I have the comic here in real life with me. Let me see if it looks that bad actually. Yeah, I guess it's part of the wall that's like it's like destroyed, but it's still there, and it's partially covering Larva's face, so it makes him look kind of bad. Um, but yeah, the plant creature escapes. That was unreasonably powerful. If it's that mandatory for me to escape, I'll just come back for this stuff, or come back later for this stuff. Um, yeah, so if you couldn't tell, I like drawing backgrounds and stuff, and yeah, and during the time, I liked the idea of gigantic microbes, and I wanted that to be a part of this world. So there's the sun, but up in the sky actually would be like, you see this floating bacteria, you see like cells and whatnot, you see stuff in the background. Um, I guess you could say this is kind of too close to um, the network, possibly. Maybe not. So yeah, the tarantula is breaking in, crash, and Larva is there. He's not gonna take that. He's gonna Larva is like heroic, so he's you know, well, he's supposed to be heroic, and yeah, I actually bothered coloring this because I kind of wanted to show the colors of Larva. So yeah, here's the green spikes off of his tail. He's like a tan, or not tan, he's like a sand color, and he's venomous and poisonous, but he's spraying out poisonous fluid this time, so it's like purple. Um, to differentiate, the venom is green because it just feels like it would make sense that way. It's like stereotypical colors for like venom and poison and whatnot, but I like it. We're up to March now. The tarantula does not like the poisonous fluid, so I don't I, it's really awkward, but it crawls away with its legs up high because I don't know if it got poisoned or not, but I think it's like kind of it's definitely bothered by it. I am back. So we see more like microbes in the sky just floating. Larva's like, okay, okay, it was less hostile than I thought it would be. I have to check for more survivors. And like I said before, Larva is a bit of a hero of some kind. So yeah, he goes on to the next house. He opens it, his claws are ready. I think I said this before, but Larva is more of an it. He doesn't actually have a gender, but I just call him by a it, or you know, a male anyways. Oh gosh, what the heck? Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's cool. Um, I got a better image. I basically had to download it off of Instagram again because that's how I got the images off of my that's basically how I got the images basically from myself. So we're up to March now, where we've been there. Um, now is this? Let me check the comic because I feel like okay, it just things feel a bit out of place, or something feels missing. Like he just goes into the house and it's whatever. So he's like another dead kid. An electrical battery of some sort is next to them. That's a nice couch, or nothing left here. So yeah, he just checks in and yeah, I just added like random objects. Nothing that special. So he goes into the next one. It's another small house, I guess, just like this one was. There's like these mushrooms growing, and there's like a torn couch. I don't really know the significance. I was just drawing random things. He's like, oh, okay, that's cool, I think. I drew the arrow to make sure you knew he was talking about up here and not down there. And he goes into the large house, and oh boy, look, there's cracks on the side. I wonder what that means. And yeah, Larva's there. He's like, too many windows. And yeah, when I was drawing this, I was kind of frustrated with some of the stuff. Like, I tried to keep the windows accurate, I guess, like straight and symmetrical, if that makes sense. Like not too crooked, but I think I did kind of fail anyways, but it's whatever. And I like the way I drew this house. it's like unique and not just very boxy as much as the others are. So he goes in, um, he's like Master Y, and I tried to make this like blood, but um, like there's blood like splattered on the wall and stuff. I'm just saying I'm not that good at drawing certain things. So yeah, he goes up the stairs here. There's like a picture of there's like a painting of a bug or something on the wall, and yeah, he's like something is upstairs, and yeah, since he's like part cat, part insect, so I want his like his hearing and his sensory with his antennas. I want that to come into play. So yeah, and oh boy, I guess this is one of my favorite parts. He goes up. There's this like vertical TV here because I had an idea for that. Like I said, I want to draw random stuff in the houses, and there was a tarantula that broke in through the side of the wall, and you can't really tell, but this is supposed to be like a mushroom creature, and the tarantula has killed it. Larva is not happy, and he's like, "You mother ducker!" Because I guess larva. This is kind of bad, but larva is like basically based off of me, and I know that's like a self-insert kind of thing, which is usually a bad thing. So yeah, that's something I need to, or that's something I've been kind of had in mind that I need to get rid of. So yeah, larva should not be. Obviously, I don't want to base larva off of myself anymore, but it's the damage has been done basically, and all I can do now is reverse it somehow. So he's like, "You mother ducker!" He lunges after the tarantula. He's angry that it killed someone, even though it's just that like it's not really doing it out of malice. But anyways, this is like one of my favorite drawings in the whole comic. Just the some of the edges here. Try to make it where like how like in drawings or videos or whatever, when someone goes like really fast, you don't see all of them. It's almost like a blur, if that makes sense. I kind of made it. I wanted to make it like that, and I saw that like when it comes to drawings of characters in games and whatnot, when they're like doing a fast motion, the edge of them gets like blurry or drawn in a different way. It's hard to explain, but yeah, he scratches the tarantula and he plunges his tail into its head and puts venom in it, which is not really okay for him to do, but whatever. And this is a I drew this on April 1st. Wow. So the tarantula kicks him. Larva goes and he sprays out poison while he's in midair, and he like crashes against the wall, or crash. So yeah, there's that. He's down here. The tarantula is covered in poison. He's falling out, or it's falling out. You see more of the mushroom creature here, and yeah, you see it's like blood or whatever. Oh wow, April 3rd. Oh yeah, like on the same like page, it would take a couple days to finish because I was just that lazy. So yeah, there it is. Um, I guess it flees afterwards, like it runs away, but I guess I don't draw it doing that. Larva's like, okay, I didn't expect there to be another tarantula. The poison and venom will kill it soon. And yeah, I know Larva's supposed to be a hero, but he is kind of messed up in the head. Unfortunately, you don't. The way I drew him in that last one. Let me see if it's that bad in real life. Because Let's see. It's not that bad the way I drew it in real life. It's just it's more blurry here, so it looks worse. Meanwhile, okay, I guess this is where part 1 ended, or part 0 ended originally.